I have your digital marketing news recap for the week. We're covering the latest around ChatGPT ads, some brands in hot water, and a new trend we might start seeing with blocking AI. I'm Conlon with Ignite Visibility, and let's dive right into it. First up, let's talk about the browser wars. Mozilla Firefox is making a distinct pivot. Starting February 24th with the release of Firefox 148, they're giving users total control over their browser AI experience. This update introduces a single settings panel where users can block some or all AI features. If a user doesn't want AI integration in their browser, they can shut it down completely. Mozilla was very transparent about the strategy here. They said, "We've heard from many who want nothing to do with AI. Listening to our community led us to build AI controls." I think this is a genius play on Firefox's behalf. They currently sit at about 2 to 3% of the global browser market, down from 30% back in 2009. They likely realize they can't beat Google or Microsoft on more AI, so they're differentiating by becoming the choice-first alternative. The data suggests they're onto something. Though AI adoption is rising and a large portion is happy with AI results, there's still a significant segment of the market that wants a traditional web experience and doesn't trust AI answers. My personal take on all of this: neither traditional SEO or AI SEO are or will be dead. Even if we see a rise of AI controls allowing users to opt out, recent data suggests AI adoption overall is only going to keep growing. What businesses need to do is keep focusing on their own audience. What content are they looking for and how do they want to consume it? Stop chasing the algorithm and focus on the user. Next up, if you're in the SaaS or B2B space and rely on best of listicles for visibility, you need to listen to this. We actually reported on this back in January, right after the last algorithm update, but now we have the concrete data to prove exactly what's happening. Google appears to be cracking down on one of the most popular SEO shortcuts in the book, the self-promotional best of listicle. You know the ones. A company writes an article titled "The Top 10 CRM Tools for 2026, and miraculously, they rank themselves as number 1. According to new research, several well-known SaaS brands just got hammered. Following that volatility we saw in January, these brands confirmed organic visibility drops of 30 to 50%. But here's the key: the drops weren't domain-wide. They were concentrated specifically in blog, guide, and tutorial subfolders. These were the sections filled with self-promotional listicles, often lightly refreshed with 2026 in the title to trigger recency signals, but with zero evidence of actual updates or testing. For a long time, writing these listicles was a hack to influence both rankings and AI-generated answers like ChatGPT or Gemini. But Google's guidance on reviews is and has been clear. They want first-hand experience, original research, and evidence. Simply stating that you are the best without independent testing or clear methodology is now a liability. The lesson here is familiar: SEO shortcuts work until they don't. So if you rely on any self-promotional best of pages right now, go check performance. One more story on Google for today. The 2 mistakes causing 75% of all crawling issues was just revealed, and it's not some complex schema error. 50% is faceted navigation, which is creating near infinite URL combinations, and 25% is action parameters on your URLs. So check if your URL parameters are wasting crawl budget. Moving on to other platforms, LinkedIn released an internal study on what drives visibility in AI-generated search results. The main takeaways confirm what we've already been hearing and feeling. Clicks are down, non-brand traffic dropped 60%, and up to 60% of searches is now zero-click. LinkedIn's advice: stop thinking search, click, website, and start thinking be seen, be mentioned, and be chosen. This is the new model for 2026. You can't rely on social platforms to feed your website traffic. You need to build your brand authority on the platform so that when users eventually do need a solution, they type your URL directly. Optimize for the feed, not the click. The other advice LinkedIn offered is frankly not revolutionary. It's foundational strategy that you should never stray away from. Keep publishing authoritative content, remain consistent, stay agile, and continue testing and refining. No hacks here. Over on WordPress, they just announced updated guidelines to counteract low-quality content produced by AI. Basically, if you use AI to write content, you need to be transparent about it. They want to stop the internet from becoming a landfill of AI-generated noise. It's important to make clear they aren't banning the use of AI content, but they are pushing for the responsible use of it. The new standard is that AI should be used to assist and that it should be disclosed. If a human didn't review or approve it, don't publish it. This aligns perfectly with the study we covered a couple of weeks ago. We saw that the majority of marketers want more guidelines in place for responsible and ethical AI use. I said it then and I'll say it again, this is smart. We need these guardrails to protect the quality of the web, or else we're just screaming into an echo chamber of bots. And the last story on AI, we have a major update on ChatGPT ads. Last month, OpenAI announced that they were planning to test ads, but we didn't know much else. Well, this week the lights came on and so did the price tag. Social Media Today just broke the news that OpenAI is reportedly asking advertisers for $200,000 upfront commitments just to be considered to join the initial live launch. One of the main questions we got last week was, how can I test these ads? And the report clears it up. You can't. Brands are being approached by OpenAI to join this tightly controlled beta, so it's not just pay to play, it's pay to be invited with a $200,000 cover charge. The bigger topic to monitor is when this does eventually roll out is performance. Right now, organic referral traffic from ChatGPT converts at an incredibly high rate because the intent is so specific. The risk is that introducing paid ads might dilute that. If users start clicking sponsored recommendations instead of the best organic answer, we might see the conversion accuracy drop. It's the classic paid versus organic battle now entering the chat window. Let's wrap today by looking at the social landscape. Last week, we reported that many US users were leaving TikTok in an apparent protest of the US ownership change. Well, that didn't last long because this week the numbers show that many of those users came back. Daily active users dipped to 86 million after the ownership change announcement, but they're already back up to 90 million, and the alternative apps reported seeing download spikes, well, they're already tanking. It might be a good idea to hold onto your brand's handles on those alternative apps, but it looks like TikTok might weather this storm and continue to be a key player in the social media marketing toolbox. While TikTok is thriving, X is in hot water. French authorities reported that they have raided X's Paris offices as part of a year-long investigation into the social media platform. The Europol announcement said that the investigation is in relation to the proliferation of illegal content, notably the production of deepfakes, child sexual abuse material, and content contesting crimes against humanity. X's statement in response was that the investigation is politically motivated. And France isn't the only government taking a look into X. The UK Information Commissioner's Office also announced a formal investigation into the platform and its processing of data for the Grok AI chatbot on the same day as the Paris raid. Finally, let's end on something more exciting. This weekend is a historic collision of marketing events. We have the Super Bowl and the start of the Winter Olympics happening at the exact same time. It's projected to be the biggest weekend for ad spend in years. Here's the data from eMarketer. First up, worldwide media ad spend is hitting 1.15 trillion with a T. That's a 10% jump over last year. NBC Universal is set to cash in the most, broadcasting both the Super Bowl and the Olympics on the same Sunday for the first time in years. US CTV ad spend will reach $37.95 billion, and YouTube is expected to see a boost in viewership too, with 17% of all Summer Olympic watchers engaging with the event on the video platform. Even if you don't have the $7 million it takes for a 30-second ad spot in the Super Bowl, you should be paying attention. The Super Bowl isn't just a game, it's the most expensive focus group in the world. So here's my homework for you. On Sunday, watch the commercials. Don't just watch them for the laughs, watch them to see the tone. Are the big brands leaning into humor, nostalgia, tech, social issues? They've spent millions analyzing the American consumer sentiment right now, so watch what they do, take notes, and what trends you see that could serve as inspiration to sharpen your own creative strategy for Q2. That's it for the news this week. Make sure to leave your questions, thoughts, or hot takes down in the comments, and I'll catch you next week.